Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is Adverb Phrase 13. The adverb phrase today is by design. Okay, let's take a look at the note here. If we say that something happened by design, or happened or occurred by design, it was done on purpose. Somebody had a special intention to make this thing happen. So somebody had the intention of making a particular thing happen. It was done by design. Somebody designed it. Somebody was behind making this occurrence come about. Okay, so let's take a look at several examples here. Example number one. This did not happen by accident or coincidence, but rather by design. Someone is behind this. Yeah, so that's how we often use it. So we will use it in situations where, like, some people might think, well, this was just happened by coincidence. This was by accident. You didn't think anybody was really behind planning it, but maybe somebody else might say this. Somebody might be suspicious. Something seems wrong with this. This doesn't seem right. I don't think this happened naturally. This seems like it was done by design. So maybe somebody secretly, planning something that made it happen. So that's the way we often use by design. All right, number two, some conspiracy theorists think that some storms were not an act of nature, but instead formed by design. Yeah, in the past you might have seen this. I know that if you've ever heard of HAARP, sometimes you might think governments might be able to influence some weather or control some weather. If you ever heard of the term of like a weather warfare or anything like that, then maybe that they have the power to intensify some storm. So maybe somebody might be suspicious of a particular storm for a certain reason, and they might think that it wasn't really as natural as it was made to seem. So they might think that this was done by design. Maybe this wasn't just nature. All right, there's another way that you could hear it used. Number three, her success was more accidental and not by design. This is a different way that we could use it, meaning that, maybe it's true. Once in a while, somebody becomes famous by accident. They weren't planning on it. They didn't have the intention to do it, but somehow they got thrown into the spotlight and they became famous. So in that case, it really was not by design. So so it was, just pure luck or by accident. Sometimes we can say it that way too. All right, number four, these protests are not grassroots. Remember, grassroots means, like when you feel that the people naturally form them themselves, they had some bad feelings and they gathered and they used all their resources and they did it on their own. So they're saying these protests are not grassroots or natural, but was formed and funded by design. So somebody is behind it. Somebody's paying for it to make it happen. Someone with another agenda, even though they seem to be protesting this, but there might even be another reason behind these protests, was behind organizing them and supplying money and transportation for them. So there might even be supplying buses to bring the protesters in. There are cases where they found it proven that some protesters are actually being paid. There have been advertisements on Craigslist that they would pay people to protest. So in this case, it's not really natural. It's not grassroots. It's happening by design. Somebody's behind it. That's what they mean by design. Anyway, I hope you got it. I hope you got a better understanding of the adverb phrase. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.